I've also gotten a little bit of feedback from somebody that was been watching the podcast that our new guests should have a little bit of background introduction on the podcast, because our last guests have just been like launching into conversation, which
it's like random dude number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me set it up a little bit here.
Please.
Probably the best way to explain our connection is
it's PE Source, isn't it?
Yes, and the only uppercase letter is the S.
Oh, okay.
If I'm going by the official rap pseudonym, then yeah.
So yeah, Pete and I know each other because we both play in Age of Menace. Pete's the guitarist, I'm playing bass, and one of these days we'll get the rest of the members in. It'd be good to have a Menace cast one day, don't you reckon?
Oh, hell yeah.
Get some international Cali.
Yeah. Get some Skype technology
get some
going.
Smith action.
Yeah.
Some Rob up in here would be great.
Yeah, but so that's kind of like how we know each other, and we originally sort of cross paths through me being the producer of Age of Menace. Yeah, me and Pete knew each other from back in the days when I had my recording studio, S&J Recording Studio in Artarmon, and we'd do some recording and producing, and one thing led to another. I got roped into being the bass player in the band.
Roped in.
Roped.
We begged him, and he was like, "Nah, man." So he finally said,
"No."
It was awesome.
I don't know if I want to be in a tank band.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. But like, as I'm sure you remember, Pete, it was like a lot of me calling you and complaining that your riffs are too hard to play, and me trying to get my pinky strength up to strength to be able to actually use more than 3 fingers playing bass was this whole new concept for me.
Well, not that I want to paint a picture of you at all, Barnes. I think my perspective on how that was, because you're king shit, fully, man, fuck king shit in terms of recording, and like that's your thing, man. And I think when you jumped into Menace and you weren't king shit straight away, I think you felt a little bit defeated at first.
Definitely.
But I knew the potential, and I it's just lots of encouragement and just play. And
that's it, man. No, it was good.
And then when we play shows and you go off, and everyone's like, "Your bass player is fucking sick, man."
Well, it was due to a lot of the sort of extra time that we spent together getting those riffs. Like there was several hours where you were playing riffs at like a 20th speed for me, just walking me through the riffs and stuff. So plus I had the advantage of being the producer of the band and having all of the multi-track files.
You would have seen all of these people come through the studio as well, and you would have had this fairly high benchmark of like, oh shit, I'll at least need to be as good as some of these blokes that come through the studio.
Oh, for sure. And
they would have set a pretty tough expectation.
Oh, definitely. And not only that, I had recorded the bass player previous in the band, Matt Lyon, who is an absolute master at his instrument. He's he's really good player.
You both bring very different things to the table, and I'll be the first to admit at the time I thought in the previous, Matt, always looked up to him as like a mentor, like even just in life, like he was just switched on it and kicking ass. But in the band, I think I always felt a bit of not massive issues towards it, but I was like, at first, like, we need to get Barnsey in because your style is just so drastically different, and you're more of like my kind of what I'll, if I have a bass style, but like what I like to listen to.
Yeah.
But then after when you joined, it was like, wow, I realized when Matt left, Menace did lose something, but then we all gained something different, and you're very different players, and you bring different things completely.
It's amazing how much even with some of the songs that Matt wrote and played, when I play them, sound different. So, and I'm essentially playing those same parts, and it shows you how much just different technique, different fingers, different gear as well. I've got a different rig and stuff like that. But it's surprising how much of a in that heavy music, how much of a foundation bass really is. And if you shift it a little bit, change it in a little bit, it can really change the whole feel of the way the band grooves.
Sure. I find it really cool. What I like about it with you, just quickly, like on this subject, like jamming with you is really cool because Matt, and this was the cool thing about Matt though. With Matt, it was like he was just super tight. No matter what, he was on the ball, and he'd be saying, "Dude, you fucked up." And he'd be, you know what I mean. But then with you, I was like, I could just say, "Man, try do this," and you're always down for it, and you're always down for that different feeling and way of doing it, and that really made the band expand our horizons a lot when you joined. You know, so where we lost a really good vocalist and a really good fundamental kick-assery of Matt, we gained obviously all your skills, and it's worked out really good.
Yeah. So no, it's been super fun. We played some fucking amazing shows,
amazing recordings, man. Some of the recordings we've done that
and
haven't been released.
Stuff. Yeah.
Well, how is your guys' view on the overseas arrangement? Like, you might want to give some background on how what's going on, or how's it working?
We basically the Menace is in a state of long distance relationship. Would you call it that?
Yeah.
Where we're still in love, but we're doing it with distance in between us.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm not seeing other people.
Basically, most fans of Age of Menace know that Rob, the singer, is relocated overseas. He's got this awesome opportunity with working in the music industry, actually, and obviously, the roads that lead you to the US are usually good roads to take when you're working in that industry, And the thing is that it's a good opportunity for the band as well, just having a pair of boots on the ground, overseas to send material to, and have somebody to, because we can all do this via the internet and sending stuff, but to have somebody actually over there and is a really good contact. A
good thing I think when traditionally with a band, like, we would be in the room with someone writing vocals or a singer, and you got the process. Well, we're sending tracks over and getting back finished works of vocal piece, and it's just like, I never would have thought he would have done that. It's cool to be removed from the process because you're giving the artist complete freedom to do what they want with no influence from the band.
I couldn't believe how well it worked.
The
amazing stuff you've been doing. It's been
what people know that what we're talking about, that are listening, what we're doing is we're still writing as a band. So the remainder of us, drums, bass, guitar, are still as we were getting together and writing stuff, and we've got now the ability to send those tracks, because I'm still got all of the studio gear and the ability to produce stuff to a pretty high level. Even when we're doing demos, we can send that over to the singer via files over the interwebs, and Rob's got the ability to track his vocal. He's got the adapters for his iPad to be able to actually plug a dynamic microphone into his iPad and track using GarageBand. He's told me a few times he's just taken his car for a drive and parked somewhere and screamed into a microphone, and then tracks that, sends that back to us.
Somebody walks past.
So he said once that he looked up after screaming a big massive scream, and he's this jogger that's kind of looking over going,
like all the cops.
What the hell is this dude doing? I
think it's amazing with the technology now. Like, had you have said,
I'm just going to open my beer. Keep going, Pete.
Had you have said maybe even 5 years ago, if anyone had said to me, you're going to be able to do a quality world-class vocal track on a little screen tablet device that's going to be...
When you started the studio, if you had said you'd be doing everything like we are now on computers, we would have told them, fuck off,
I would have poo-pooed
at least 20 years away.
I would have said no. It'll I would have been very dismissive.
It's not there yet. It doesn't work. It just fucking breaks down.
You could have done it then, but it would have cost you $1 million. You would have to have dedicated ISDN lines.
We're doing it now.
We can all use pretty much free services to be able to send these files back and forth. So we send our ideas over musically to Rob to put vocal ideas onto. He can send us back a mix of that and the individual vocal files that he's recorded in his demos. We can then load that back up into our multi-track sessions and then get really good sounding mixes out of that. And while it's not the same as 4 people being in the room together, thanks to technology, we can get virtually pretty close to that experience. So
I look at it being better, very advantageous, because I think it being in a band an annoying thing, but a good thing, depending how you look at it, is the outside influence always. Like, if me and you are writing a song, doesn't matter what you're playing, I'm thinking, what could I do differently? And it's the vice versa, it's just trying to always both of us contribute. But when you just give something to someone and their contribution comes through on it, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
as long as there's no issues with that, I think that's a really natural way to
totally,
to do it.
yeah. And we've still got the ability to react to what then the vocals are done. So the vocals come back and we can still shift the song around, change ideas and stuff like that. So it's still like a very collaborative process.
Very much.
And yeah, it's been really good. So that's basically where the situation with Age of Menace is at the moment, is like a very still in a creative mode, still outputting a lot of stuff. And I guess we could probably crack a little exclusive on the podcast.
And just quietly, I just put up a shot of the Facebook page. Is there any other places that I can go to?
There's just ageofmenace.com
right,
as well, which is the good place to go to, get a free stream of all of the material. There's the TuneCore players give you a free play of everything.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can listen to everything. I think you can unlimited
is
plays.
it .com,
well.
.au or just .com?
I think it's just ageofmenace.com.
I can't spell, so don't worry.
I was worried that we didn't pay the domain name bill for a second.
Here we go.
Yeah, so all of the clips are up there, and all of
how did that send out of that album go? By the way, I never asked you.
Yeah, we've got that in the mail.
I would have heard about it by Robbie if it wasn't. But
I kissed an autograph signature.
Yeah, good.
And put it in there.
Put your pennies in there.
But yeah, I was just going to say we could probably drop a little exclusive on the Barnsey podcast about Age of Menace. Is that we've got some new material that we've been working on over the last few months, and we're going to be releasing it probably. I'm hoping by the end of the year. That's the plan.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's good too, guys. I've had a bit of a listen, and it's tang.
Yeah, a forced listen because I've been mixing it about 10 feet away.
I've heard it maybe just a couple of times.